play. Go. Here we go. We're going to go here any second. How was your day, buddy?
Good, man. Just sitting watching football all day, man. Shit, I still got on my pajamas right now, man.
Yay. On cue, buddy. Here we go. Final score from Los Angeles, California. Your Kansas City Chiefs, 17. The Los Angeles Not-So-Superchargers, 10. In a game that was your typical AFC West slugfest. There wasn't a lot of points, but there was a lot of guys getting banged up. Let's get right to it. First, my guest, you know him. You love him. My right-hand man when he's not on my left. The one and only Kansas City Chiefs, #1 draft pick, 21st overall out of LSU, number 44 in your program, number 22 in your hearts. I give it up for Harvey Williams. Harvey, how in the hell you doing, buddy?
What's up, Shaq? What's going on, man? I like your energy, man. Your energy is really, really good.
Hey, when you can get a tough AFC, and we're going to talk about this, Harvey. You played in the AFC West for 8 years. You don't take them wins against those opponents for granted. So let's get right to it. The game started. The Chiefs facing 3rd and 10. Travis Kelce catches a beautiful 38-yard pass from Patrick Mahomes, something we hadn't seen in a long time. We were happy to see it. But on the very next play, Carson Steele fumbles the football.
Yeah.
Then the Chargers, of course, go on a long, sustained opening possession drive, just like the Chiefs defense has given up all year. Harvey, we expanded on this last week. The Chargers went right down the field and on an 8-yard touchdown pass in the back of the end zone to Ladd McConkey. Harvey, the Chiefs defense in 4 straight games has given up 4 straight touchdowns and then closes the door. But just specifically, when you look at how this game started, Carson Steele, a rookie, starting his 2nd game in a row, fumbles the football, and the Chargers go right down the field and score. How are you feeling at that moment? Down 7-0.
This is my opinion, man. I just don't, I like Steele. I don't understand, why he's in front of Piron. I think, at the end of the year, man, I think it's going to be, well, they showed it at the end of the game. It had Piron and Kareem Hunt came in and did his thing. But, the game plan for the Chargers was, to keep Mahomes off the field. I mean, they went down there 10 plays, 8 minutes, and went down there and scored. And when that happened, I just like, oh, this is going to be a long game. It was a defensive game. Both defenses played incredibly well. Kelce got it going today. And it's going to be interesting to see how long this kid Rashid going to be out, man, because I think that's going to be a death blow. Right? Hopefully, he just, got his knee hyperextended. Hopefully he didn't tear any ligaments like that. That's going to be a big blow if it's very serious and losing him for the rest of the year.
Harvey, great point. That led up to the very next. Well, here is the touchdown pass to Ladd McConkey. He got one knee down, caught it in the back of the end zone. Great play for them. Ladd McConkey, #1 draft pick, showing his hustle. But then on the very next play from scrimmage, Chiefs down 7-0. Rashee Rice, Patrick Mahomes tries to touch pass over the top to Kelce. He gets intercepted, and as the cornerbacks running down the field with it, Rashee Rice did reach over and force the fumble, but when he was reaching over to force the fumble, Patrick Mahomes nailed him in the knee.
Yeah,
that was a bad hit. Harvey, you've left it's no fun to leave the game on a stretcher. You left on a stretcher before in a Chiefs uniform. This is his knee. He was unable to put his any pressure on his knee. As of right now, the game just ended 10 minutes ago, so we're not exactly sure what the extent of Rashee Rice's injury is. When you look at it, Harvey, when you looked at the replay and you looked at him going off the field, what does it look like to you? If you had to guess, you're not a doctor, but just if you had to guess.
When the play actually happened, I told my son, I was like, man, Mahomes just hit Rice on the sideline. He was like, what? I was like, yeah, because when a quarterback throws an interception, the first thing I do, I'm looking at the quarterback to see, that gives a defensive guy a chance to take the quarterback's head off. So in a game, when I'm sitting there watching it on TV, when soon Mahomes threw the interception, I'm saying to myself, get down or move out the way or act like, just for him to go in there and try to make a tackle, he's going there and making a tackle, and he actually missed the guy and end up hitting Rashid in the knee, man. And I tore my knee in 1987 as a sophomore at LSU in the Superdome, man. And it just, hopefully it's extended, hyper extended, but but just the way he's reacting in the cart with his hand on his head, man, that seemed like that's very serious. And like that might be an MCL or ACL tear in his ligament. That's going to be a very, very, very hard blow for us to continue, not having that talent out on the football field.
Right. And our prayers are with Rashee Rice. We've been ever since March 31st with his what happened off the field with his hit and run incident. Yeah. They were trying to push that court date back until January or February. Let's keep it real, folks. We may not see Rashee Rice in a Chiefs uniform for another 14 months. Yeah. He could be out for the rest of the season, and he could be suspended for the first 8 of 10 games of next season. So it's a deep blow if our early impressions, again, we haven't heard anything from the locker room. We haven't heard anything from the doctors. If our early inclination is we're going by what we see,
and how he reacted on, in that cart, man. Because when you see any football player, we're tough men. We're gladiators. If it's really bad, we're still gonna try to hide it for our wives, our mother and father. But anytime you see a football player does this right here, or he's crying, that's serious. Because last thing that kid wants to be is on the football field, and the last thing you want to get one of your wheels tore up, man. And he's going to be missed along with Hollywood Brown. That's another blow along with him. But the young guys gonna have to step up now, man. Old man Kelsey gonna have to step up. Juju gonna have to step up. And Xavier, he did his thing today, and he gonna have to, Coach Reed gonna have to get more creative of finding plays. But that's almost like cutting your pinky finger off with Rashid not being out there.
Well, Kelsey stepped up today.
Yes, he did.
With Rashee Rice going down. We're going to look at these stats in a minute. But right now, Kelsey did step up. What did you think of Kelsey's day today, Harvey? You said he looked kind of slow last week, but how did he look today?
Hey, you say 35 years old?
Yeah, here next week.
Hey, man, that man did his thing today. He had 9 targets, 87 yards, and he showed. When we need to lean on him a little bit, I think I told you last week, a couple of weeks ago, I think he should be like the second or third option. But, with Rashid, we don't know how long he's going to be out of there. He's going to have to be, he's going to have to be the number one man now. And everybody else going to have to fall in place and fall in behind. But we got the X factor, and Mr. Mahomes going to do what he needs to do for us to get the W. And
as Janice Doty said, at the end of the day, it makes no difference. It's called a W. In the win column, we don't need to worry about anything else. That's right, Janice. Thank you very much for joining us. And what'd you think of Kareem Hunt coming out today, buddy?
What? Hey, man, I loved it. I can't believe the man been sitting in the garage playing video games and sipping on a glass of wine. For him to come out there, he just looked, to me, he looked like Kareem of old, man. He, came out there running, looked good in his cuts, looked strong. Look, he knows the plays, and I think, along with him and P-Ron, I think we're going to be okay, man. I just think come playoff time, those two guys right there, that's all we need. They both run hard and run tough. And, in the snow, when it started getting colder, you need backs like that, big and strong, to go in there and do what they need to do. Bulldoze. Got to have a little bit of wiggle, which he has. And, like I'm saying, I think we're going to be okay.
Right. Okay. Well, with that said, let's look at these stats for your Kansas City Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes was 19 of 29 for 245 yards, 1 interception. Let me move this out of the way here. Got to get that comment down. What'd you think about Patrick Mahomes' day after the first 2 drives?
I was throwing stuff at my TV, man. I just, but I'm such a fan and I love him so much, man. At the end of the day, like I'm telling you, when they close the books, he's gonna be the greatest of all time. But it's like anything else, man. You gotta get warmed up, get the flow of the game, And the Chargers, that front four they had today was being nasty and bringing the funk, bringing the heat, and cutting the lanes off so he wouldn't jump around. And he's not that fast, but he's sneaky fast, as what we say. And they had him throttled for a little bit. And we got the W. I know it was an ugly ass win, as my man John Harrison saying, but we got the W and got the job done.
Chiefs are now 31-5 in their last 36 games against the AFC West. Thank you, John, for that. But again, let's get back here and let's look at these stats for your Kansas City Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes was 19 of 29 for 245 yards, interception and that terrible interception. Kareem Hunt, a touchdown and an interception. Kareem Hunt was 14 for 69. He looked solid. He had a couple of 10-yard runs. They gave it to P. Ryan down there at the 2-yard line. He rushed in for a touchdown. He had 5 for 14. And Carson Steele had 2 for 6. I don't think he had another carry after the fumble on the first drive. He might have had one more. Patrick Mahomes had him go out they had him on the opening drive of the second half after the Chiefs forced the Chargers to miss a 55-yard field goal. The Chiefs went down the field. And on 2nd and 7, I think at the 27, Patrick Mahomes tried to hit Carson Steele out of the backfield, but Steele stopped on his, I don't know if it was a wheel route or if he was just trying to get out and open. But Patrick Mahomes wanted to keep moving. A lot of that was probably a rookie mistake, but we didn't see him on the field much after that. It was Kareem Hunt, so props to Kareem Hunt for having 14 to 69. And as you said, Harvey, he did not look. Kareem Hunt didn't look old. He looked like the same Kareem. So major props on that. Only thing different is he's number 29. He couldn't get the number. He couldn't get the number 27 back from Chamari because NFL rules don't allow you to switch numbers through the middle of the season since Harvey Williams changed his number back in 1992.
Hey, I know some people, man. So
there you go. Oh yeah. Travis Kelce was back. 7 receptions, 90 yards. Xavier Worthy caught the big 54-yard touchdown pass and the 22-yard pass to end the game. He had 3 for 72. Noah Gray had 4 for 40. Justin Watson had 2 for 27. Kareem Hunt 2 for 16, and Steele 1 for none. When you look at those receiving stats, Harvey, what do you think?
I just spreading around. Mahomes at point guard, and where I come from, I'm from the hood, man. Get in when you fit in. And everybody did their thing. I'm looking for Xavier to step his game up. Kelce, old man Kelce is still getting them, getting the stats done and doing his thing. And it just with Kelce, when they go to zone defenses, man, it's one guy that I play with in the National Football League that can find the holes in the offense. I play with a guy, a Hall of Fame named Tim Brown, and Tim is a lot more faster than Kelce, but man, them guys, they can find the holes, in the zone of defense and sit down and be perfect. And him and Mahomes are, I don't know if they were born, with the same mother, but they on the same page when it comes to zone defenses, man. I mean, they connected by the hip to the hip, and they just look majestic when they do it. And it just, like a couple of weeks ago when Kelce made those 3 moves, and Mahomes knew exactly where he was at. And it's going to have to be a whole lot more of that now, since Rashid Rice got hurt. And, everybody, all the young guys gonna have to step up now, man. And Xavier gonna have to step up, and Kelce gonna have to step up. Juju gonna have to step up. And, we got to come on.
Amen to that. Xavier Worthy looked great on that 54-yard touchdown pass. That was a beautiful play action. It was a 1-play drive since the Chiefs just forced the Chargers to punt.
Right. Yeah.
Xavier Worthy, that was a sweet play, 1-on-1 coverage. We said we were gonna he was going to make us forget about Tyreek Hill, and he's looking good so far when he's getting opportunity. And I think as he continues to get more of an opportunity, we're going to continue to see him. We're going to get to see him grow, because last year, ironically, Rashee Rice with MVS and Kadarius Toney dropping so many passes, Rashee Rice was forced to play a lot as a rookie. Right. And when you looked at Rashee Rice, what he did as a rookie, you knew he had to be forced to learn this offense and play at a high level. And he looked like a solid number 2 wide receiver. Now here we go. Rashee Rice, it doesn't look good. We don't know if we're going to see him for another 14 months due to the
hopefully not, Shaggy. Hopefully not, man. My son told me about him last year, and he's getting ready. He just got an offer from NASA, and he's getting ready to go work for NASA. But he's, when it comes to numbers and when the wind is blowing, and he just told me about this kid last year, and I was like, who? Rashee Rice. And because everybody was on Tony, everybody thought he was gonna be that man, and he was like, "No, I'm telling you, this kid Rashee Rice." And I started watching him a little bit, and then the things that happened to Tony last year, he just came right in and did what he had to do. But if you look at his stats, you could tell last year that he's gonna be special coming into this year.
Right. John Harrison says here they ran a crossing route to Worthy on 3rd and 6 to seal the game. They need to do more slants and crossing routes with Worthy and Hardman now. They ran a ton against the Ravens. They got away from it in the last 2 weeks. What do you think about that assessment from John Harrison, Harvey?
No, John Harrison sound like a coach, man. Is that his actual picture? Because he looked like a caveman. He was actually, getting him more involved and with the crossing routes and let him take the top off the defense and little, slants and screens and different things to get him a whole lot more involved. I'm quite sure Andy about to go deep into the playbook and get him a lot more plays. And I think with, I'm gonna say it again. I know I'm beating a dead horse today to death, but that blow with Rice not being in there, man, that's gonna be major. That's gonna be major. Hopefully he's okay. And like I was saying, everybody else gonna have to step up, and we're gonna see how. We know Andy Reid is fantastic and great. We're gonna see, what he's working with these young guys.
Juju Smith-Schuster was the prototype receiver when we drafted Rashee Rice. The Chiefs just let Juju Smith-Schuster go after they beat the Eagles in the Super Bowl, and Juju signed a 3-year deal with New England, and as free agency started, then the Chiefs drafted Rashee Rice. They said he's going to be the Juju Smith-Schuster replacement. Now, Juju is back. He caught a 9-yard slant touchdown pass last week in Atlanta. When Rashee Rice was out getting a blow. So, but today Juju had 0 targets. So there was no quick Juju in for Rashee today. Since Rashee Rice had no targets, or Juju had no targets. So we have to look at it as, okay, are they going to be able to work it out now? Granted, of course, somebody's going to be signed from the practice squad, either probably Justin Ross or Byron Pringle is an unrestricted free agent who's available. He knows the Chiefs offense. I don't know if the Chiefs will go that route, but if the Chiefs need to look for a veteran that can step right into play some ball, I would look hard at Byron Pringle to step in and be that guy. If they're going to look for a guy, if not, go to the practice squad and pick up Justin Ross. He knows the offense. So that's something we want to look at too. Harvey, it is, I'm going to be personal now, right?
You about to get personal?
I'm about to get personal. You ready? Here we go, buddy.
Okay.
31 years ago at this time, I met a beautiful woman. She sat in section 110. She sat 19 rows behind me in section 110. And she came up to me and she liked to see me raising hell as a Chief. She liked my Harvey Williams Chiefs jersey that I was wearing to the game as you were the starting running back for your Kansas City Chiefs. Tomorrow, I celebrate my 30th anniversary with this woman. We were married a year later. So I'd like to say happy anniversary to my season ticket wife in 1993 who I met. And I love you, baby.
Man, congratulations, bro. Wow. How many years?
30 years tomorrow. We started dating in 1993, and in 1994, 12 months later, we married. And we met in 1993, which there was magic in the air. We've talked about that magic in the air. And I want to go back to 31 years ago this week, as well as 2 days ago, when I met the one and only Neil Smith. So here we go. There I am with Neil Smith, and there we are together in 1993. I talked to Neil about coming on the show. He said he's busy right now. His schedule's booked until December, but he said he will get in contact with you soon sometime. So we can't wait till that we can work that out. We have Todd McNair joining us next month. We have Benny Thompson joining us soon after that. But Harvey, 31 years ago this week, the guy on the left, that 23-year-old smooth-shaved looking slick hot Shane Williams, had the chance to go to the Blue Ridge Mall and see the Chiefs starting running back, Harvey Williams. And Harvey, I sat down with you. You signed my number 44 jersey, which sits in the back here. And it was about a week before it was about a week before I started my first date with my eventual wife, 12 months later. And I said, hey, it's our first date. So I took her to my brother Tony's semi-pro football game, the Kansas City Jazz. Yeah, and man. I told my brother Tony, who I played for the Kansas City Jazz, I said, hey, Tony, me and Tracy are coming to your game. I'm going to take her to watch your game. You guys better win. He said, hey, Darrell Williams, Harvey Williams' little brother, is our running back, man. He's a great guy, man. Maybe Harvey Williams will show. I said, wow, that'd be cool if that happened. So me and my girl that I'm on a date with, we are getting ready to watch the Kansas City Jazz play. And I look behind me, and Harvey, you pulled up. You had great parking. What were you driving in 1993?
I think I had a 750 IL BMW, or maybe I was in my SL Mercedes. It was probably one of the two.
Right.
And, man. Wow.
And you stepped out of the car, and Tracy said, "Look, Harvey Williams is here. Didn't you just talk to him the other day?" And I said, "Oh yeah, that's Harvey Williams." And then you came into the game, and you were about 40 feet over my right shoulder. And my dad was like, are you going to go talk to Harvey Williams again? He signed your jersey. I said, I don't want to be that guy. I want him to enjoy it. I want him to enjoy.
Hey, so they put you on Front Street, man.
I'm trying to impress this girl. I'm like, man, she's gorgeous. I want to get to know her. She's a Chiefs season ticket holder. I'm watching my brother play semi-pro football with the Kansas City Jazz, and you were really into that game. Your brother scored a touchdown, and you just got up and you started cheering for Darrell, and you were hooting and hollering, and my brother Tony had a sack too, and it was a big win for the Kansas City Jazz. And the point of this picture is, don't take for granted the players that you meet. Right. Don't take for granted the people that you meet. Don't take for granted the friends that you meet, because even if they're millionaire football players, you were the starting running back, and Neil Smith is a god here in the city, even though he went to Denver and won 2 Super Bowls. Harvey, this week is an anniversary for that, because it was around that time you signed my jersey, which is over my left shoulder and in that picture, and we got to see both our brothers play semi-pro football, and you were obviously having a good time watching your little brother Darrell succeed. And that was a great week. I didn't want to I thought about coming over there a couple times, but I thought, man, I'm trying to press this girl. If I go over there and interrupt Harvey and his family watching his little brother Darrell play football, he's going to think, man, I didn't already sign your jersey.
Yeah, man. Yeah. It's funny that you say that, man, because that day that we was signing autographs, and I remember that picture right there. And the day I went to the game to go see my brother playing that, the semi-pro football game. I remember that day too, man. And just, Neil, Neil, when I first came to Kansas City, I played against Neil when he was at Nebraska, along with, it was me and Neil and Derek Thomas. And that was my crew right there, man. And Neil, good people, and, was a hell of a football player. He's a hell of a person. And, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be exciting to have him on the show. And it just, that brings back, a whole lot of memories, man. And, like I just lost my brother Daryl about 5 months ago, man. And it's
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, man. It's just, and he was my heart. He was my, I was in love with my brother, and I miss him every day, man. So, yeah, I appreciate that, man. And can't wait to have Neil on the show. And happy anniversary, man. 31 years to be with somebody that long, bro. Because the day and age that we're living in right now, people, they can't stand each other. And, people, can't be in the same house with each other for, with the COVID. When COVID happened, a whole lot of divorces happened because, you're in that same house with with that person, and you can't stand that person, and a lot of divorces happen. So to be with somebody 31 years, man, my hat off to you, and congratulations. And hopefully you guys have another 31 years.
Thank you very much for that, Harvey. I appreciate it. And, like I said, it was so cool to be around you at that time. It was fun. It was something I didn't take for granted then, and I especially don't now. And I appreciate this. I appreciate this show, and this is only just the beginning, pal.
Yes,
and,
sir.
Let's talk. Let's go back to the game. Let's go to Harvey's. Okay, what is your hip hip hooray for this game, Chiefs Chargers?
Xavier on that, it was a 52-yard. Man, if 54 yards,
yeah.
when you go back and watch the highlights, look how hard Patrick Mahomes threw the football, man. I mean, he put his whole ass cheek into it to get the ball out there, and like he was lifting weights, man. And that kid can step, man. When you can say you got the fastest 40 in history, that ain't no slouch, man. So hopefully, that play right there, and I got two, and the way Kelsey played today, man, and
right,
and he stepped up and did his thing, and them guys gonna, at the end of the day, they're gonna always find a way to win. Shame.
Indeed. Let's talk. I want to touch on this quickly as well. We, on our other show, Arrowhead Allies on Starcade Media, we had Lorenzo Neal, former fullback, on this week, and and over the summer we had Sean Merriman, and we talked about the football not being in San Diego anymore, which is a bummer for them. But for your games against San Diego, Harvey, your first time as a rookie, you caught the kickoff, returned it all the way to the 25-yard line before you were brought down by your face mask. The Chiefs scored obviously 3 plays later after they awarded that penalty, and they barely won that game. Then later on, your longest run in your career is a 60-yarder on a Sunday night football game at the Chargers, or a Monday night football game. Then you had a 4-touchdown game as a Raider in 1997. You tied an Oakland Raiders record by having 4 touchdowns in that game. What are your memories about playing at Jack Murphy? Did I just touch on them, or is there anything else you want to touch on your play at the old Chargers Stadium?
You be on your homework and on your grind. So yeah, man, everything that you're saying, you on point. Playing against Junior Seau, and I played against Junior when I lived in San Diego as a kid, and I played against Junior Seau in Little League, and he played for Chula Vista, and I played for Valencia Park. So when I went to the pros, man, it was, I got a chance to hang out with him because him and Derek Thomas were really close friends, and, got a chance to play against them. And I always played pretty well against San Diego. It was wars, and those games are very, very special. And, the 4 touchdowns is one of the, best games that I've ever had. But the one that I broke on the 60-yard, I think it was on a Monday night game. I think it was a Monday night.
Yeah, it was Monday night.
Yeah, I had a strained hamstring, man. So I really couldn't really stretch out because I thought I was gonna pull it again. And if you go back and look at that run, I'm running and looking around, if these guys gonna catch me or not, because I didn't want to pull my hamstring and be out for another, month or two. But had always had great games against San Diego. Used to live in San Diego as a kid. Right before the draft, I moved back to San Diego, left LSU, moved back to San Diego, lived Cardiff by the Sea, and got ready for the draft. And I got a lot of family in San Diego, and so San Diego is a very, very special place for me.
Amen to that. Looks like we got an update on Rashee Rice. Adam Schefter just tweeted. Rice appears to have suffered a torn ACL.
Yeah.
Do you think they'll trade for wide receiver help now? There are Hopkins trade rumors. That'd be great. Trade rumors out of Tennessee this week for DeAndre Hopkins. Harvey, we're going to hear a whole bunch of rumors, and I'm going to be texting you back and forth what I'm hearing. You're going to be hearing a lot of rumors about the Chiefs. Should they pick up somebody or just bring somebody off the practice squad? Now that we have the official announcement from John Harrison via Adam Schefter, what do you think about this news?
Yeah, I was just telling you earlier, man, just to see that kid, in the back of that cart, with his hand over his head. I knew, I was just saying it's probably ACL or MCL or something like that. And wow, man, you just blew me away with that one. But at the end of the day, man, he got to rehab and make that thing just like it was, probably stronger, like I did with mine when I did mine. I was out for almost 2 years with my ACL, and he's a talent. And just a bump in the road, and he can come back from this.
Wow.
Yeah. That's it.
All right. Well, let's with that, we got to go to Harvey's.
Nothing illegal about it. His head's in front. Bang! Down he goes. Now look at.
Ooh.
You remember that?
Yeah. Who was that?
Nothing illegal about it. His head's in front. Bang! Down he goes. Now look at.
Fred Jones blocking Tyrone Braxton, I think, of the Denver Broncos. That's our Harvey's hell no. You were right there. No.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you this, bro. If you see me on the side,
nothing illegal about it. His head's in front. Bang! Down he goes. Now look at.
You know what? I think if somebody would have caught me like that after I woke up, I think I would have missed the team playing. I think I would have hunted him down and got him that day, bro. Because that's crazy. You go to jail for hitting somebody like that now, man. That was back in that Iron Man football right there, bro. That's like, I forgot about that, but I remember that the way that sounded, and like I said, they don't hit like that anymore. That was crazy. But I definitely wouldn't got him and tried to do something to him.
Okay, with that being said, now that you've seen the Harvey's Hell Nah highlight, what was the Hell Nah of today's game?
I'm trying to figure, man, because I make notes and different things. I'm trying to figure out, man.
I would go with the Rashee Rice injury if I had to, because that sucked. But if there's a play that you saw that you didn't like, it'll probably be Mahomes, bro, hitting Rashee Rice. It'll probably be that one, man, because I think Mahomes had. I know what he was trying to do, but I think he just had his eyes closed when he went in there trying to, if you throw an interception, the last thing you want to do, throwing the interception is bad enough, but if you throw an interception, he scores, that's even worse. So I know what was on Mahomes' mind, because most quarterbacks thinks like that, and he was trying to, make a tackle and end up, injuring Rashee, man, and it's just, all that is bad. So that right there, that's crazy. Well, Harvey, our next game is a Monday night game. We got to stay up late. The Chiefs are at home against the Derek Carr-led Saints. The Saints lost today on a 58-yard field goal by Atlanta's kicker, Koo. Harvey, it's Monday night football time. As a rookie, I've touched on this before, but there's a rookie in Xavier Worthy that's going to have to step up now that Rashee Rice is out. More is going to be asked for him. And you had two games at Arrowhead Stadium on Monday Night Football, where the game will be next Monday at Arrowhead, and you shined. You had 100 yards against the Buffalo Bills, your first game ever as a rookie on Monday Night Football. And 3 weeks later on Monday Night Football as a rookie, Harvey, you were the key player on that game-winning drive, also saving a touchdown on an interception in the first quarter. What does Xavier Worthy and the rest of the young kids who are going to be seeing Arrowhead on Monday Night Football for the rest of for next Monday's game? Let's go with Xavier Worthy. What does he have to do to be ready to shine and step on the big stage and deliver on Monday Night Football?
Watch a lot of film. Relax. Don't put too much, pressure on yourself. Playing on Monday Night Football, man. The whole country is watching. The whole nation is watching. And every time I got a chance to play on Monday night, I knew, the country was watching. My parents was watching if they wasn't at the game. And, all my, guys that I played with in college and Little League football and girls that I dated and, guys that I got in fight with, it was hating on me, from Hempstead. I know everybody was watching. So I always wanted to put on a show. And, playing on Monday Night Football, man, with the Kansas City on the side of your helmet with that red and gold on, and you represent your parents and you represent that organization. And if you can't get hyped for Monday Night Football, man, you should go play tennis. So it's going to be.
Specifically to Xavier Worthy, he had to work, and especially yourself. I want you to expand on this, Harvey. You had to work to become a number one draft pick. You didn't just show up one game at LSU and prove that you were going to be a number one draft pick. When you see what Xavier Worthy did to become a number one draft pick, and you yourself, what type of work, Harvey, did you have to put in high school and college to become a number one draft pick in the National Football League?
Well, it's a lot of dedication, Shaggy. It's a lot of sacrifice. With yourself, you get to a certain point, your parents can't, they're not waking you up and driving you to practice. They're not, when you're getting in trouble at LSU and, at 4:00 in the morning and you're running them gases and, you trying to, eat right and stay right and be mentally there. And my whole thing was try to stay out of trouble and just, chasing them dreams, man. Cause when I was 7 years old, I knew I wanted to play in the National Football League. I knew that's what I wanted to do. And, my dad, it's going to be, you got to be dedicated, and you got to be dedicated to yourself. You can't be, let anything sidetrack you. Can't be out here smoking weed and doing drugs like most of the guys that I went with. They want to, chase the girls. I chased the girls, but, at the end of the day, after I got through chasing the girls, I was smart enough to go and, work out and be dedicated, man. So it's, a lot of people can't get to that level. And when you get to that level, man, the other part is holding on to it because, first thing my dad told me, learn how to handle success. And a lot of people, when they get to that plateau, they don't know how to handle success, and you start doing, stupid stuff and dumb stuff and putting yourself in different situations. So when you get there, it's just as hard trying to stay up there. So, I know they're going to be lit for Monday Night Football. I know my home's going to be lit. The whole organization going to be lit because the world is watching.
If you don't mind me asking, Harvey, how hard was it to avoid the temptation of smoking pot, being drunk, missing practice, getting in trouble? Was your goal driven to be a number one draft pick? Did you look at yourself as a 10th grader or 11th grader in high school and think, man, if I keep succeeding, I will be a number one draft pick in the NFL? How hard were those temptations to avoid?
Man, it's really hard because I wanted my thing is I wanted to win the Heisman Trophy like twice. And that's the reason why I went to LSU because, Bill Arnsberger was like, if you come here, you're going to win the Heisman Trophy. But he ended up leaving, going to Florida. But, the first time I got to LSU, man, my freshman year, I went to a party. I'm talking about like when school started in September, after one of the games, I went to a party, man. I didn't know what it was at the time, but, you go to these parties and, walk in and everybody's snorting cocaine, doing cocaine. And I was just like, man, what is that? And I was like, man, you want to try something? I said, no, I'm good. I'm good. Guys that I played with, got hooked and, drinking all the time. And I knew at that time, man, because I'm from Hempstead, Texas, I didn't want to be there for the rest of my life. And I couldn't go back to Hempstead. So I was trying to stay focused and dedicated and trying to get to, where I was at. And God is so good and blessed me to where I'm at right now in my life, Shaggy, and where I'm going. And I'm just so blessed that, I was picked to do the things and do the things that I wanted to do, and God blessed me to accomplish those things. So yeah, man, it's hard to you see women and different things. They say fast women, fast cars. That's in the National Football League. It's hard to get caught up.
And do you pass along those? Like you've told me before, you've mentored a couple of guys that are currently in the National Football League now, correct? Do you mentor those kids that who see those temptations early on in college, Harvey?
Man, I got, like I said, I got 50 or 60 kids that got, D1 scholarships, guys that's been playing in the National Football League. Now, Kenyon Green with the Texans and, Brevion Roy for Carolina. And, get kids like that grew up in my household, man, that I took and put up under my wings. And I treated them like they were my sons. Hey, this is what to do, this is what not to do, and this is what's going to happen at this certain point. A lot of those kids, took that advice, and a lot of those kids did, man. I got some kids that's in prison right now, some kids that are dead now, some kids that's lost, and it's just, if they're gonna listen or not. So yeah, man, it's playing the National Football League or playing the NBA or playing anything on a professional level. It's hard to get there, and it's hard to stay there too.
Well, Harvey, this is another great Chiefs win. Thank you again. Thank you again for letting me open up as my fandom, talking about my fandom and meeting you in 1993. I'm deeply sorry about your brother Daryl, because my brother Tony was his teammate for the Kansas City Jazz. He says he was a great guy.
Hey, bro.
I know you guys were extremely close.
Yeah.
And I know I can't imagine what it's like to lose a brother, because I haven't. Yeah. So my prayers with you. Again, all I've ever heard was great things about your brother Daryl, and he was a great running back for the Jazz. And Harvey, great Chiefs win. We're going to break it down late. Stay up late with us next Monday night. Are you ready? What do you think, Harvey? You ready to do another Monday night breakdown? Monday night,
hey, man, it's going to be a good game, but I'm going to tell you this, man, the Saints going to come to play. So, if we're not on all cylinders, bro, it's going to be, they just lost too, so they got something to prove. That's the worst thing that ever happen is, you lose the game. Then now you're getting ready to play against Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs, and everybody's watching. So Derek Carr and them boys, with the weapons he got, man, and Kamara and them dudes, they're gonna be ready to play, man.
Yep. That's it for another edition of War Chant Wrap Up. I am Shaggy Shane. That is the great Harvey Williams. Until next Monday night, go Chiefs!